It takes 90 days for semen to mature in your body. And it takes every organ in your body to produce it. It's very energy intensive. It takes every organ, every gland, the brain, and every testosterone, every hormone in your body to create semen. And when you spill it, you're spilling your life energy. All the effort that your body took to create it, you just spilled it. And you wonder why you don't want to do anything. You wonder why you don't have the willpower, the discipline, because you just released the discipline. You just released that energy. Retain your seed for 2 weeks and you will see the difference. You'll start thinking clearer. You'll start having more discipline. You'll want to do more things instead of entertaining yourself or not doing anything at all. Semen retention is the most beneficial practice on this planet. Because when you think about it, what do we do things for? It all comes back down to sex. People want money so they can get cars and clothes to attract who? Women for sex. People rob banks for money, most of the times to impress women for sex. It all comes back down to that basic function. If you have social anxiety, it's probably because you're watching porn. Porn creates social anxiety because instead of the conversation, you're worried about other things. It takes every organ in your body, all the vitamins and minerals. There's so many vitamins and minerals in semen. And we find that when you retain it in your body, your overall energy level increases, your vitality increases. You have you have life. And the crazy part is that women can feel when your testosterone is low, women can feel when your testosterone is high. So they're more attracted to the higher testosterone male. And the funny thing is, when you're not too focused on women, when you're focused on yourself, they start to focus on you. That's a consequence of retaining your seed is female attention. Or they just start to see that there's something about this dude. He's not like the rest. He's not like everybody else. What keeps most men subpar, average, is entertainment in women. We grew up in an age where anything could be accessed at any time, and that is horrible for our brains. That is horrible for our brains. Think about in the 50s and the 60s, you couldn't just access pictures of women when you wanted to. That makes your brain think that you made it. Because subconsciously, everything we do is for procreation. So when you're spilling your seed to these fantasy pictures, your brain thinks, okay, I'm having sex with all these beautiful women. I don't need to improve myself. I don't need to work out. I don't need to eat better. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to work on my communication skills, my leadership, none of that. I already made it. I won life. And it's false. You live in a false reality. And you look at it, most people are overweight. Most people are educating. Most people are entertaining themselves to death. Most people aren't trying to get educated. Most people aren't into self-improvement. And I would say that pornography is a big reason why. Because you think you already made it. You think you don't need improvement. If you're socially anxious, pornography could be the reason. If you have low energy, pornography could be the reason. They teach you that it's harmless as a kid. There's nothing wrong with it. But don't use it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month and see how you feel. And let's come back and talk to me. Another thing, it's like a drug. It's addictive like a drug. It's cocaine. It's literally visual cocaine. It lights up your brain like a dope addict. And I'm not telling you to live a monk life, try to be 100% perfect. Almost anything is okay in moderation. If you watch porn once a year, you're probably not going to die. But I believe there's spiritual consequences. There's physical consequences, how it shapes your brain, mental consequences, social consequences. It's so freeing when you can look at a woman and the first thing you don't think about is sex. Because Your body movements tell what you think about, the way you move, the way you blink. Facial expressions, even the tiniest details, and women are more keen to pick that up. The tiniest details tells what you're thinking. And if you watch porn consistently, women and people can tell what's on your mind. They can tell you're not focused. They can tell you're not listening to what they're talking about. Every little action you take is revealing your subconscious mind. Every little blink, every wince, everything you do is revealing what you're really thinking. You can't hide anything. It's all in your face. It's all in your body language. It's all in the energy that you're giving out. And guess what? Women are more intuitive. They're more keen to pick those things up. If you have problems with your confidence, if you have problems with your self-esteem, if you have problems communicating in social environments, I would tell you to get on NoFap, get on semen retention, and watch how it changes your brain. It takes time to heal all the past trauma and all the perversity that pornography causes. It's so freeing to go out in public and have a conversation without trying to get sex. It's so freeing. It feels like you're in chains. We all know how it is to be a male and you see a woman you like. We all know how hard it is to not think about those things. We all know how much control that has over us. Don't watch pornography, or at least watch it as little as you can. And not to be funny, but think about what you're doing in that process. You're stimulating yourself to another man getting off. I don't like the word alpha or beta, but if those two things existed, that is definitely beta. And you will slip up because you're human. Happens to the best of us. But that's not an excuse to keep messing up. You just punched yourself in the gut. Why would you keep hitting yourself? You made a mistake. It's human. Don't expect perfection. But I will tell you, you will know the difference. You will notice the difference in the way you walk, speak, and people will notice too, your energy level, your vitality. Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. If you're focused on the wrong things, then you will more likely do the wrong things that you will regret. If you're focused on women, if that's all you care about, that's all you see, then you're not going to be able to get out of certain thought patterns. You're not going to be able to get out of certain habits. And if you're fine with living in those habits, that's okay. I'm all about balance. You should never strive to be too righteous, but definitely don't strive to be too wicked. Find the balance. Whatever mental gymnastics you have to do to make sure that you don't fall into certain patterns, do it. If you know that being in certain locations trigger certain thought patterns, try to stay away from those locations. Doing certain things, eating certain things, because sugar can be very stimulating and can conduce those thoughts and can make that more likely to happen to you. Whatever you got to do, do it. You won't be perfect, but you'll be better.